So state funding is something local districts keep pointing to as one of the main reasons for financial issues.
KFOX 14 News at 9's Harrison Parker joins us tonight from far east El Paso with what the El Paso state delegation is doing to try to make some changes.
That's right, Robert. Members of El Paso's state delegation in Austin we spoke with expressed horror at the cuts that were made last night here at SISD. Many acknowledged local mismanagement that led to the roughly $50 million projected budget deficit for next year, while others laid some blame with the governor and the legislature for failing to provide enough funds for local school districts.
In 2019, there was a significant increase in education funding. But the legislature has not kept that level of spending up with inflation. Well, now that enrollment is shrinking, the governor is proposing things like this voucher initiative that's taking students out of public schools while not increasing funding for the school districts. Well, that's leaving taxpayers with the bill.
State Representative Vincent Perez, whose district makes up most of El Paso proper, is criticizing the lack of state support. His colleague, State Representative Mary Gonzalez, says she's optimistic help is coming from Austin.
Both sides have money in the budget. B, there's already plans being built. And C, the leadership seems very committed to additional funding for our schools. Everything from one-time teacher bonus to larger comprehensive school finance bills. I'm not sure exactly where the plane is going to land, but here's what I do know. There is interest to do a multi-billion-dollar school finance legislation.
Gonzalez also says she's working on legislation specifically meant for special education to help districts plug funding gaps that sap other departments.
Right now, our Texas public schools have about a $2 billion gap in what it costs to educate students with disabilities and the actual support received from the state. Because I actually do think they're getting the services, but what ends up happening is school districts are forced to take money from other spaces in order to make sure we are giving kids services. So this will make sure that it frees up some money so school districts can use it in any way.
In the meantime, State Representative Claudia Ordaz also faulted Governor Abbott's focus on vouchers and lack of financial support from the state, and said in part through email, quote, "We are woefully below the average per pupil spending compared with other states. Teachers are being laid off or are leaving in devastating numbers. We need to fund the system, not defund it."
Well, there's a lot left up in the air as Governor Abbott's school vouchers are part of this legislative session, as well as some of this funding initiative. So again, a lot to follow here, so stick with us both on air and at our website, kfoxtv.com. I'm Harrison Parker reporting from far east El Paso, KFOX 14 News at 9.